Where are we going first? Someone likes the way you move. There is someone watching you, and they like the way you move. Are you taking a yoga class? Do you like to go out dancing? Someone has their eye on you. They like the way you move. There's more. There's another level. Someone is seeing how you really operate. They are realizing you are on a whole nother level. They like the way you move. They like the way you think. They like the way you're able to see what's up ahead. They're enjoying talking strategy with you. There is someone that likes the way you move. They're seeing how you dodge and weave, how you travel through dimensions, and how you're able to retrieve just what you need. There is someone that likes the way you move. Ooh, is that your story? I like it. That's a good one. Ooh, if that felt good, you can just say yes with an open heart. Comment down below, yes, please. And you can just anchor in the energy of that story. There's something in there Spirit wants you to know, to be aware of. Take what you need. Okay. Reset. What's next? Chess, not checkers. Someone was playing checkers with you, and you watched them play and let them win. They did not quite understand that you lived in another land. You knew how to view. And from your seat at the throne, you made decisions. You allowed them to weave the story that best suited them. You allowed them to stack up their winning games. And then you watched as Spirit took it away. Someone was playing checkers with you, but you're playing chess. Who knew? How do you know the moves that we play? How do you know just what to say? What is this you're working with? Surely that's not right. The way she's able to take flight. That's not fair. We want her right there. There is someone that played games with you. They were willing to sacrifice. Little did they know that you're playing chess. Mm. Okay. Okay. Sometimes we gotta acknowledge the light and the dark and how they're at play. It doesn't necessarily feel good when you go down those timelines. And you may be tempted to shy away from those stories. And Spirit is pointing out that there are individuals still in those types of stories, and you being willing to share um, offers them a key out there. See, this is a pretty common theme that people are more than willing to play games with other people's lives. It's happening all around us. And the more we're willing to shine some light on it, the more the powers that be are seen clearly. Remember, remember when you're down here, um, there's a whole nother world out there. And that's the place that we got to be for the rest of eternity. Chestnut checkers, is this your story? I want to put it down. I'm going to put this story down. Okay. So, where's the lesson? We can't talk about the hot ember and then not acknowledge why we're picking it up. Okay. Those types of situations where you feel like someone tried to take from you, that someone tried to use you, that someone tried to sacrifice you, ultimately all it always leads to is your return of more light. It is simply you down a storyline of darkness, and in that story you get to return with your own light. And yes, stand up and be proud for the darkness that you have overcome, but always be mindful that you're always creating, and don't get caught in telling an old outdated story that you don't want to repeat. So we're going to say, we're going to wrap up this storyline, because ultimately you know the ending. Ultimately, you know, stories where someone is battling against you, the purpose is always for the return of light. And so you don't have to hold on to those storylines with any sort of bitterness. They all contain a lesson. And if you really are willing to open it up and then release it, Spirit's going to return it to you. Spirit's going to return those old stories, and you're going to be able to create something beautiful with it when you let it go. I got to ground. I'm never going to present myself as someone that knows everything, because I absolutely don't. And there are times when the messages are totally for the collective, and there are times where the message is for me and the collective. And this is one of those situations where Spirit is like, okay, we're training. We're training to live in the present moment. We're training to be an intentional creator within our life. What stories, what simulations are we willing to pick up and talk about? Because everyone that you pick up and talk about and bring into this now moment has the potential to perpetuate a story. And make sure when you pick up those old stories, you have clear intention. So even though we went down an outdated, lower frequency timeline, there's a little nugget down there for someone else. Okay, so don't ever chastise yourself when you feel like you've got to talk about something, because the releasing is the letting it go. And some people view you talking about it as stirring it back up, and really what you're just doing is activating the outcome that story was always intended to do. That story contains energy of you that you're currently using to create with, and hiding it away kind of diminishes the value of it. Part of the power of talking about what we've been through is we let that energy free. We don't put it, in storage and shame. We we release it so that we can get back to ourselves. Okay, I'm going to ground back in because there's one more story. One moment. Okay, and this is kind of a heavier one. It's called No Flowers to Give. You're you've done it. You've done it. You're on stage. You have put yourself into the driver's seat of your own life. You're running your business. You're running the show. You Things are really flowing, and you are getting compliment after compliment from other people. And there's someone that just can't manage to let it out. They're showing me a story of someone at a performance. They're on stage and they give this beautiful performance, and other people come up and they're handing them flowers after the performance, and the person close to you is in the audience and they did bring flowers, but because they're seeing you get so many flowers from other people, when they go up to greet you, they leave the flowers in the seat and they tell themselves, well, she's got more than enough, she doesn't need these, I'm going to keep these for myself. And there may be a part of you that feels a little let down by that just because someone else is giving something doesn't mean that you don't necessarily not want it from someone else. And it makes you a little sad to realize that there's a limit, there's a limited capacity that you're ever going to receive from certain people. And spirit doesn't want that to make you sad in any way, and let me explain why. There are people that just don't have it to give. You can only give away that which you have for yourself, inside yourself. And someone that doesn't have love for themselves, they can't give it away. And if they do give it away, they have to do so in very measured amounts, because there's not yet the ability to ground in love through themselves. They view love as something that they have to create within themselves through the outside world. And in that mindset, there's never going to be enough of it. And so they really have to hoard and measure how much love they're willing to give away to you. And that's all it is. They don't have it to give. And what you demonstrate to them through your generosity, um, what? It may unlock their heart. It feels like when this person gets love from you, they always try to turn it down. They always try to steer what you're really doing. They think that you're up to something. And the reason they think that you're up to something is that what? One moment. Oh, that they would never give themselves away. They would never just allow an outpour onto others without expecting something in return. And so when they witness you um, giving giving something away, They have something to say about it. And what they have to say about it is that either A, you're up to something, you're planning something, um, or that you're foolish. They think you're foolish when you're generous, when you just give away. And they don't understand the return within the universe. They don't value they don't value the energetic return. If it's not something tangible right in front of them, they don't understand um, the value in what you're putting out. So because of that, they're going to continue to um, contain the love that they have for you. They just don't have it to give. And that's okay. You do. You do. And when you have an overflow of love, you just allow it to come through because it doesn't belong to you and we're supposed to be giving it away. Here's a little love. Okay. Well, that was fun. That was fun. This is your story. Okay. There's one more. This one's really spicy. I went back and forth with Spirit of whether or not we're going to tell this story. Should we? Okay. They don't care. They don't give about you. And yet here they are, watching every move. They don't care about you, but they're sure watching your every move. You have people telling themselves that they don't care what you do, and yet they can't help but watch your every move. How do you know? How does she know what's going on out there? You're kind of freaking them out. You're freaking some people out. You're making them a little paranoid. They're starting to question their surrounding. You have them wondering who's talking to who. You're freaking some people out with what you know. They can't believe it. And they're starting to wonder who in their surrounding environment is feeding you. How do you know everything that's said behind your back? They can't open up to the truth. So instead, they're looking at you. They say they don't care, but there they are, watching your every move. Have a seat. Did you get what you needed? A little Reiki, a little crystals, a little shamanic healing, some color therapy. I got what you need. I'm happy to share. Thanks for stopping by. This was a good time. I really like how Spirit's giving me the messages, and I get to just, woo, I get to move, and yeah, I'm just loving. I'm loving this new setup with the crystals. Are you? Let me know down below. I'm going to continue this over on the Energy Compass Tarot, where we're just going to pull some cards and see what else Spirit wants you to know. If you're into that kind of thing, you can join me over there. Um, Thanks for stopping by. I hope you come again. And if you want some more, make sure you subscribe. See you later.